Okay, so what I'm doing here, to follow up on that stuck injector, I'm using a 9-volt battery. I've attached a harness to that one injector that's iffy, and I'm going to fire it multiple times. You can probably hear if I'd be real quiet. Listen carefully here, you'll hear the ticking. Hope that's coming in. Anyways, I'm ticking that injector open and closed. Okay. Now we're going to fire this pump again, and we'll look to see if any more fuel comes out of that. There's so much in there that it might be hard to see, so I'm going to try to get a little bit out. So if it overflows again, you'll know it. And there's a lot of gas in there. Jesus. Okay, so what we're looking for here is leakage out of that plug hole. All right, I'm gonna get it a little bit dry here. Let's see if anything starts to pour out of that top hole. Hook up the pump. Watch out for sparks. All right, that fuel was not moving. You probably can't see it, but I'm running this thing like crazy now. We're getting our full pressure, and there's no more. So my hope is that injector was just stuck. It's brand new. The last time I tested it by pulling a vacuum on it and firing it and making sure that the vacuum would open and release. I don't know, maybe it got stuck. But now I have a problem. I've got a cylinder full of gas. I got to get that out. And hopefully I'll check my oil and see if it didn't get too, it's probably okay. I'll bar the engine over, pump out the gasoline slowly, put some fresh oil right down that plug hole because you know it's been washed. So I'll put some fresh oil so the rings won't be, so the cylinder won't be dry. And then I'm going to just do some spins and just kind of see how the overall health of the engine sounds. But I wanted you to see that. I mean, that's why it's, you know, when you're doing these kind of things, you got to check everything. I should have probably checked those injectors before I plugged them in, but I had to decide what was easier to do, you know, and I thought it'd be easier to install the injectors into the head and then attach them as opposed to attach injectors to the fuel rail, which at that point I could have powered up before hooking, you know, before attaching to the cylinder head, and then I would see, oh, that one's leaking, you know, I would stop the whole mess. So I don't know which is better. First things first, I've got to get that gas out of there, got to get some fresh oil in there, and then I'll do a compression test and see how it's all looking. But that's it for now. All right, I guess I could just keep running. Let me think how to, I'll bar it over. Let me do that for you. Let's let it roll for a minute. When I say bar it over, all I mean by that is spin the engine over manually. I think it takes a 27 mil, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hopefully I can find out. It's wasting too much of your time. I don't see if you're handy, which means I leave it out. Let me see if I have it over here. See a big hat out here. Yep. There we go. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get some of that, get extra gas out of there. I'd like to not have it dump everywhere, but I don't know if I can find a hose that's going to let me extract it cleanly. What I'm trying to do is just get a way to get that gas out of there without having it make it too big of a mess. I'm not going to be successful. So, what the heck? Let's just bar over. Hopefully the thing's not at bottom dead center and I got a whole cylinder full of gas. So barring it over, I take this, put on the crank, and spin and get ready for the gas to come out of that plug hole. It's going down. Now it's going to come back up. Good, it worked. Jesus Christ. Boy, I hope I got that on camera. Oh. Whew. Okay. Fortunately, my glasses took the brunt of it. I'm going to stop now, come back.